Good morning, TRINNY London. We've got a momentous day ahead of us. Because we've reached 100,000 followers on TRINNY London, we are doing a day inside TRINNY London HQ, but there is so much happening. We're going to just go through so much, and I'm very excited. But we're going to now do Q&A about TRINNY London, how it all started, and that's with more Mark. Hashtag more Mark. Mark is that very handsome COO, so I'm going to get him. We'll continue on live now. Because
everyone follow TRINNY London.
Okay, Mark. All right, Marcus, are you ready for our chat? Are you ready for our chat? I know, we're having a chat. You've got to be on camera now. Can I sit this side? Because this is my better side. And Mark,
no, but that's my better side.
Any side for Mark is his better side. Any side for Mark is his better side. You kind of heard this story before, so it's like Mark and I have told this story so often when we've been to fundraisers that it's like we finish each other's sentences. But I met Mark many years before we started working together. This is about our relationship, actually. It's about our relationship, darling. I met him many years before, and he was in a totally different business, and I was going to do a totally different business. And I asked his advice, and I remember my underlying first impression of Mark was he was calm, nothing stressed him, and he was charming, and he was smart. And I just kind of loved those four things.
Yeah, it works well.
It does work well. It works well.
And Mark, can you keep asking what's your favourite TRINNY London product?
Oh, good question.
Obviously the BFF, because it's our best-selling product.
Have you ever used the BFF, Mark?
Only because it was tried on me for my skin tone. But no, I don't use it apart from that.
And if he did wear just a touch, he'd be wearing Yas, because he is the photograph for Yas on TRINNY London.
That needs to change.
No way! Why? Because you don't look neutral enough.
No,
You look too masculine?
well, no, because it's embarrassing.
What's next? So now we are doing the Content Clinic meeting.
Good morning.
One of my meetings.
Bye. Hi there. So actually maybe you can join in because this is our weekly meeting where we talk about content. It's a creative space for any of the team to join, like put forward ideas that they may have, things that they think might need improving, things that they want to try out. It's not a yes or no space, it's just everybody pitching in. But today we're talking about the sound of TRINNY London.
We are working on a lot of new video content, tutorial, new TV shows. We're going to tell you more about our TV content later. But what we haven't worked on that much is the music behind it. And the music is really, really important when we talk videos because we have our selection of tracks. We have a selection of music that we use on tutorials as a background. We have classical music we use on Takeover Show, but we still have to work on our own music. What's our own music? What's the TRINNY London music? Again, happy, confident, empowered, uplifting, energized, interested, entertained, happy, smiling, glowing, and sense of community.
Somebody said earlier the sound of sequins. I wonder if we could do that.
Love it.
That's interesting.
Yes, thank you. I love this. More, please. This is sound of sequins.
It's the sound of TRINNY's walk.
Yeah.
And it's not, it's not a clippy clop
It's
because she doesn't wear
The sound of the wide leg trousers.
The sound of the wide leg trousers.
all the beat in there. Oh yeah, her bangles as well.
Yeah. Can you do like a zhuzh?
Oh yeah, like
How does the zhuzh sound like?
it's like
But how would you do it?
like that.
Just record.
Sound of a zhuzh?
How do we, out of interest to our followers, how do we spell zhuzh?
Yes, good question. This has been an ongoing struggle for us.
What do you think?
What did you say?
Lulu. J-U-J-J. This is how I wrote it.
Yeah.
Yes, look at this. Zhuzh like that. J-U-J-J.
J-U-J-J.
Do you agree?
Live. We're now live. Hi, we're live, and this section, our next section today is My Job, New Careers. So I'm going to introduce Poppy.
Hello, hi, I'm Poppy. Hi. And I'm now a social media intern, so I sit on the social media desk.
Julia.
I'm Julia. I've just joined as an office manager. Yeah.
And
I'm Lucy, I'm the head of editorial. I'm not that new, but I'm here.
because it's like, this is, you know what this is about? This is about like, first job, this is about, I'm using it as a stepping stone, and this is about, I've changed my career from one extreme to the other. Julia came to see us a few months ago originally when we were looking for social media, and you didn't get the social media job and did lots of research, but you were in a field you thought you want to break out.
Yeah.
So it was a weird job interview you had with us, wasn't it? Because when you came back, what happened? Tell us what happened.
I came back and it was just sort of to have a conversation really. If there was anything, I just popped by the office really. Trinny said there was an office manager role and if I'd like to help out and kind of see what the company's like, and here I am.
So it's kind of, being really candid here. I think that when you're looking for jobs, it's really important either to be in a job or to have something that gets you out of bed every day.
Yeah,
and that's an important thing for anyone here, looking to get in and grow in a career, because I think you walk in with a different mindset.
Yeah.
I mean, my first jobs for many years were being somebody's assistant, and that's how I started my career. And I always bigged up my jobs because I always had that bit of imposter syndrome. I kind of felt I was going to be tapped upon. And somebody would say, you're not good enough for it. And not till I was weirdly 27 did I start over and think, what do I really want to do? And that's going to lead me on to you, Lucy, because you've had amazingly different careers, and you've come to us from, us meeting at This Morning where Lucy was helping out in different departments. But give a quick thing, because I find your career path really interesting.
Okay, so I trained as a dancer. I did a 3-year course, and then I worked for 16 years in musical theatre. I worked on cruise ships as a dancer. That was my first job, and then I toured the UK doing musicals. I worked in opera. I did a film last year, which is out very soon, which I'm really excited about. And then I actually did a pantomime one year. I was around 32, and I was thinking perhaps I don't want to do this forever, and I knew there was more to challenge about myself. So I managed to get in for an internship at This Morning, which is where I met Trinny, and I stayed there for a month. It was probably the hardest month of my life. It was like the Devil Wears Prada in real life. I'm running around, but I loved it, and it worked out really well, and they kept me on. And from there I started to work as a freelancer. I started to work in different departments at This Morning, and then one day, about 3 years after that, Trinny approached me and said, what are you doing? Because I want to come work at Trinny London. And then I came for an interview, and here I am. And it's been wonderful. It's been great.
Poppy. Poppy, tell me.
So, I first learned about Trinny London when I was studying in Newcastle, which I graduated from 2 months ago, and Trinny came up to Phoenix. And I may have skipped a lecture to go and see her, and I was very excited. I bought loads of products, and then I followed her on Instagram, and then there was an availability for an internship a couple of months ago, so I applied. I came, and then I spoke to Lucy and I said, look, I really, really love it here. I had a degree in English literature, and I said I don't really know how I can apply it to a social media company. And so she said, okay, she gave me a few tasks, and I came in for an interview, and I'm now interning on the social media desk, which is really exciting. And in 2.5 weeks, I've learned quite a lot.
A lot of people apply for jobs, and as soon as you send them a task, you don't hear anything back because they don't really want to work for the position. But by showing that you wanted to be here when you could have been just out in a sunny park, you wanted to come and organise our stockroom. It shows us that you're dedicated and that you're going to be a hard worker.
What's it like? What's it like actually being at Trinny London?
Yeah, quite fast paced, but I think that's always kind of the best environment you want to be in. You don't want to be sat around bored, and it's always changing.
How do you find liking for Trinny?
Amazing. She's kind of like a force to be reckoned with. I feel like, she's in the room and you don't have to see her. You just feel this energy and you're like, she's here. But also she is approachable. She really is, I find, anyway.
Yeah, I think it's like very rare as well to work in a company where you have so much contact time with the CEO, and you can just go up to her, ask questions, have frank discussions about things, and that's so nice to really have a lot of FaceTime with her, and
That's true, actually.
just be around and so approachable and friendly.
Like Julia and Poppy said, knowing that if you have a question, you can ask her, and she has time for every single person in this company. She really does. And she wants to know every single person in this company.
Now we're doing top 5, so top 5 Trinny London products.
I'm Jael, I'm assistant management accountant here, and today I'm going to walk you through my top 5.
Hi Emma. Hi. So to start with, what are you doing at Trinny London? Tell us more about you, both of you. Emma?
So I'm e-commerce, and I look after the site and anything like user experience and stuff like that.
Amazing.
I'm Janita in finance as well, and I've got a slightly different top 5.
Alfred?
So I do a lot of CRM stuff, so all our newsletters come from me, like on email and stuff. Sign up if you're not on it, they're amazing.
Cecily and Dido. So guys, what do you do at TRINNY London?
I do PR and influencers. And I'm TRINNY's PA. I actually thought it was top 3.
So one of my favorite products is the Magician Eye to Eye. I wore it this weekend on a wedding and it looks really nice on a blue eye. It gives you that really cool blue eye.
I love sunlight.
Queen. Look at that.
Glorious.
Yeah, it's so nice.
Well, that is an excellent segue into one of mine, Moon.
All right.
I actually didn't plan this, but
You can swatch the moon on next to that one on Emma's.
I don't know, I just love Moon. I think it's like it's quite cool tone. The whole Rocket Man collection for
Right,
me.
so this is moon and this is...
Yeah, and this is Magician.
Probably the favourite of most is BFF. Love it. I don't really wear foundation at all, so I'm all about the BFF.
I chose Izzy, BFFI and Izzy. I'm quite pale, I've got tons of bronzer on, but that is my absolute go-to, and I put that over my face as well, not just under my eye.
So one of my favorite products is the Miracle Blur. So I have like a bit of scarring on the cheek, so I would put it on after my moisturizer and before my foundation, and it just kind of gives me a more flawless complexion.
Talis would do the job. Oh, look at me.
Look at you.
Look at me. Beautiful.
Stunning.
I like to wear a bit of rouge, so I've gone for Pia today actually. Pia's quite bright, so it only needs a little bit on the cheek, so I just put a tiny bit on the cheek for a bit of colour.
My next one is Cordy, which is the lip glow, and it's just this like watermelon pink. It's just so nice. Like, I just love it. And for me, it's kind of a nostalgic one. It was the first product that launched while I was working in the business, and we had a really fun launch party and stuff. And I get really excited when there's really good sales and really good sales day, and it just like brings back a lot of memories.
One thing I love about like TRINNY's makeup, they're just so straightforward and
amazing.
Oh my God,
Look
we're
at
so
that.
coordinated today.
Oh my God.
My lip would be a Sasha.
Sasha.
I know it's an absolute fave, but it really is my absolute fave. Well, give me a mirror, hold one up for me. Thanks so much, that's okay. So, lovely, darling. Yeah. Oh, is it a pop? Yeah, you're like a new woman. Yeah. Wow, who are you? Where's this we got from? Pretty fantastic.
Very pretty.
But it is my favourite product, and it's going to be your favourite product. So this is our tea kit. I'm allowed to talk about it, aren't I?
I suppose. I mean, you already are.
Yes, and it's 3 magical brushes.
What's it like working for TRINNY London?
everyone is so like involved in everything. I've never worked for like a startup company that I can speak to the design team, I can speak to like social media team, like every person is so involved, and that's my first time ever actually feeling it. Like it's like a family, but it's a fun, crazy family.
As finance, you know, you're obviously doing the numbers, so normally in your normal day-to-day job you're more removed from the creative part, but at TRINNY it's very different, obviously, because we're all one team, we're all on one floor, you get dragged into doing Instagram lives, and I think we probably wouldn't do otherwise, so yeah, you feel feel part of the business. Yeah.
We're now live and we're going to be talking about TRINNY TV.
What are we doing now?
So we're going to talk about TRINNY TV and rethinking your routine. So I think I'm going to grab Lucy and then Chloe. We'll just be talking about TRINNY TV now at the sofa.
Yeah. Let's go and do it. So
Perfect.
This is my team. This is the
Hello,
TRINNY TV
hi
team.
Sylvia, hi Andrea. Anna, hi. Perfect, great.
All right, let's go.
TRINNY TV. So. Yes, it so is what started it. So, I think what Chloe and I find the most exciting thing is, well, what I personally find most exciting is I worked in a traditional TV background where any show I did was edited thoroughly according to how that production company or TV channel wanted Susanna and I to look or wanted that show to look. And there's an amazing freedom when you come from a TV background, you start to Instagram, that you can edit. You don't edit yourself because I never edit myself, but what you do is exactly what comes out. It's so freeing. I can't tell you, it's the most freeing thing for me. I think it'd be interesting to talk a little bit about when we're thinking of Trinny TV, which involves the takeover show, which we do for YouTube now. I mean, we started as a Facebook proposition, but we actually premiere it on YouTube, and we've done. This is our final show for this season with the delightful Dee. I mean, just amazing woman. So that show takes a lot of organisation, and we also now have another show. Talk a little about Rethink Your Routine on Trinny London.
Well, a lot of you, let's talk about Fashion Friday. So we had Fashion Friday every week, and we used to do it at Elm. And it was very easy at Elm for us to get ready and then shoot that in the garden, and it didn't disrupt anybody. It was fun. We had this amazing light, and then we moved to our beautiful new office. But it's disruptive for us to film here, especially on a Friday. It's crazy, it's hectic. It got bigger and bigger and bigger. So eventually we were like, what can we do that's better than Fashion Friday? So we had this idea that we would go out, send Trinny out down the King's Road, and just take women. And I've witnessed Trinny do this at events, Stella Live recently, where this woman just stood up and Trinny blocked her from the audience. Trinny just didn't add anything. She just rejigged her whole wardrobe. She put a belt on her. She did up her buttons. She just changed the way she was wearing her jacket, zhuzhed up her hair. I think probably put on a red lip, and just removed herself from this woman. And the whole audience just went, oh, wow, and applauded. And I thought, well, there's something in that where we have Trinny, who obviously had this amazing background in TV and makeovers, and has this incredible eye for just what can fix your wardrobe and update your style. So it's like, let's prove it. Let's send Trinny out and just do it off the cuff, grab people, change their look, and just show everybody how easy it is to be the best of yourself very quickly. And Chloe, I handed it over to Chloe, who's our head of production, and Chloe took her team out. And
Yes.
Do you want to talk about how
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, with the takeover show, we did castings in advance. We did a shout out. We got 1-minute videos from all these ladies, and we went through each of them and understand which one was the best candidate to to be part of the show. So with Trinny, we watched all the applications, read all the messages, and decided who was the best person to represent the challenge. Yes, and it was taking from the concept of the makeover show and updating it for digital and for social and for 2019. And how it evolved in the Rethink Your Routine is that we want more focus on the face and more focus on how
How makeup changes you.
Yeah.
We are a makeup brand, and I think we're in a unique position compared to any other. Other makeup brands are driven by a skincare company that delves into makeup, or they are a renowned makeup artist like Pat McGrath, Charlotte Tilbury, or they're a sort of digital-first millennial brand like Glossier and Milk. Our unique spot, apart from being portable, stackable makeup, is that nobody else has a heritage to bring how we dress and what we put on our face together. And that's in a way what all these shows are.
Exactly.
And that's when a woman gets ready in the morning, that's always what she's thinking. She's not just thinking about her makeup or just thinking about her clothing. So we love the fact we can make that a 360.
Exactly, and doing it off the cuff. We're improvising. We have Trinny the first time sees the lady and sees her beauty shine through and give her confidence as a journey, and we're just documenting the whole journey without giving Trinny another character, without changing how Trinny is, just highlighting how Trinny is and how amazing people feel after Trinny spends a day with them. So that's such I'm so lucky to do that, and it's amazing to be able to film and then direct the edit to make these come to life. It's just the best thing I've ever done. So
When you did What Not to Wear, how did you find the contributors for that show?
That show was the first one. They found the contributors. It was a new show, nobody knew it. And by the time we got to season 2, we had 20,000 applicants. Because it was a very successful show quite quickly. We went from BBC 2 to BBC 1, and we had 8 million followers, viewers. So there were a lot of people who wanted to be on the show. And then they would send in tapes, and the researchers looked at 2,000 or 3,000 tapes.
Researchers.
Yeah, researchers. We are, Chloe. Researcher, director, editor, Yeah, it's we made, just to give you, okay, this is an interesting thing. The show we're bringing out, I've loved all the shows, but the show we're bringing out now And I think my enjoyment at watching the show of Dee was similar to a medium show we did on What Not to Wear, which probably cost £220,000 an episode. We had a 1.2 million budget for that series, perhaps.
What?
Yeah, and we've made this show on time, editor time, director time, salary time. But in terms of anything else, the costs on this show are probably £1,000. That's life today. That's the evolution of printed television, of viewed TV. It is so exciting to live in this time and to be able to see that evolution.
The question was Trinny TV always, a part of the plan, and did you know that it was going to be such a big part of our social?
I'm trying to think, because I have a really bad memory for the past, actually, because I live so much more. I used to live in my life in the future and in the past, never in the present. Now I live so in the present because that's the only... there's so much in the present. My brain doesn't have the capacity to live in the past. It's quite interesting. It's healthy, but it means I forget things. So Chloe might be able to answer that question better. Do you remember when we first were thinking of... Because when I started doing Instagram, maybe 2013, and it was the very beginning, and I did photographs for maybe a year. But by 2014, 15, I was doing films on Facebook and Instagram. And from that moment on, maybe 2015, I've only done films. So I've always felt, every time I'm on, it's a mini TV show, and I want to entertain people, and I want to make them feel engaged and feel that they learn something and they laugh. And I think from what's really interesting, and this was such a moment for me yesterday, is we had a influencing called Mother Pucker, and she was fantastic. And we sat there, and Nisha and Lulu and Dido were in there whilst we were chatting to her. And we just had this great conversation, and I felt an empathy with her, and we got on well. And it made me realize how much I'd grown up, because I never used to feel that I was funny. Because Susanna was always funny. I always felt I was quite serious. And I know, but the thing is, but that's evolved. That's so evolved, because I always didn't feel funny. And it's such a joy. And I think feeling you can be funny, seriously, okay. But feeling you can be funny makes you realize you have a asset that you can have till you die. Having a good skin or attractiveness goes. So when you've relied a bit on, feeling really unattractive, or feeling people only are looking at me for my looks, and then you get to this stage in your 50s where people are looking at you because they're maybe a bit entertained or they laugh, that's the best feeling in the world.
To reply to the question, we didn't start one day thinking that's Trinny TV. We just, the videos had an evolution, a natural evolution. Yeah. So listening to your feedback as well, you want more curvy fashion, you want more going to store, we just listened to everything you gave feedback to, and then we made it even bigger, and then try to adjust, how do you call it, adjust the measurement, aggiustare il tiro in Italian. Tweak it.
But the amazing thing is that Chloe, after 5 years of saying feedbacks, realised it was singular last week. So she's immediately now feedback. With such confidence. We get your feedback.
We started the meeting, and Trinny was like, Chloe, before we start, can I just say something to you? You know that feedback is...
I really want your feedbacks. Yeah. Then I say, Chloe, before we start the meeting, it's feedback. She said this for 5 years.
And I said... Were you waiting for now to just tell me this? Thank you very much. But I always love to learn words.
I'm going to say pistache.
No, pistacchio.
Pistacchio. I said pistachio for ages. And Chloe went, Trinny, it's pistacchio.
So we're going to do a tour of Trinny London HQ. And Casey here is going to do us the honours.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to show you around our makeup room in the studio here at Jubilee. So this is where we have all our appointments. So we have our duos in here, we do our master classes on a Monday evening in here, and we do our one-to-one 45 minutes also in here. So this does get pretty packed up. Hi guys. Hi. We are here Wednesday through to Sunday, and so this is where we can really enjoy seeing all the products. So this is where everything happens. So
should we see the rest of the office?
Yes, come on. So as we walk in, we've got our lovely big office, brand new. We've got a seating area here, our waiting area. We've got here, which is where Nisha's normally sat.
My normal seat.
Just here, yeah. Social team.
Social marketing.
Which are busy all the time. At the moment over there we've got Vianney, where are you going? The lovely Vianney. We've got at the moment going a little chat and talk meeting over here with our TRINNY tribes and Alice. And who else have we got here? Oh,
we've got Julia.
Julia.
First one to greet you.
Exactly. See this beautiful face. Should we have a little talk? This is also our part of our retail team here. We've got Kellyanne, so she is the manager for our at-home appointments. We've got Mitzi. I'm sure you've met these two.
We've got all of our designers.
Yes.
We've got our TRINNY TV team, so they all sit here
working hard as well, non-stop.
People who are working on the takeover show and shows like that.
Yeah, and then you've got the lovely Janissa finance team over there.
Trinny and Mark's desk as
Yep.
well. And sometimes you'll see Trinny filming her lives from her desk there.
As well, and then you've got the product development team on this table here.
We usually have the tech team here, but a lot of them are working from home, so just Emma enjoying this big table.
And we don't want to forget also our lovely customer care team, who currently also work from home, and they do come in throughout the week. But hello to them if they are watching. They are amazing. So anything that you need to feed back to them, please do so, and they'll help you as well with anything online.
Absolutely.
There's Frederica. Hi.
Our flower wall.
Exactly. Don't excuse me about that.
Excuse the mess.
Don't see that little bit there. That's not normally happen, okay? We've been very busy.
Yes,
we haven't had a chance to put that little bit of work away. Hi guys.
Hello. I think that's everything.
So it is.
How much the business has expanded since Elm Place.
Oh my goodness, yes. So obviously in Elm Place, we only had, I think it was 2 appointments an hour, and I only started in March, so where I've started to now, it's grown dramatically, which is amazing. It's amazing to be part of this team and the company and how quickly it's growing. If you haven't had an appointment with us, please do book in. It's the best experience you could have, rethinking everything that you wouldn't normally do of makeup, and we've got great artists that are here to help. So if you wanted to do that, you can book in for a store. If it's easier for you to fit in our Phoenix stores, Newcastle, Brent Cross and Bond Street. Otherwise, come and visit us here at Jubilee Place.
See you soon.
Bye.
Our Talking Retail. Talking Retail with Mitzi and Leslie.
So we run Phoenix stores and also the pop-up stores, and we also oversee John Barrett's salon. We look after the retail team. I am head of retail, so I look after everyone else in the store that you see and you meet. I look after them.
I do more retail operations, so everything kind of behind the laptop, managing stock and stuff. Managing the team as well. Me and Leslie are kind of like a HR duo also, which is fun.
I'm also a makeup artist. I've been a makeup artist for 15 years, so I know what it's like being on the shop floor. I also do makeovers here in the studio when it's needed, and when we do events, I also get involved, and so is Mitzi.
Yeah, and actually, fun fact, we also both started on the Bond Street counter as manager and assistant manager.
So
that was last November.
Last November when we first started retail for TRINNY London. Have any questions?
I mean, there's one that says, Leslie, why are you so beautiful?
Oh wow.
Why are you so beautiful? What did you do? It's BFF, I'm telling you.
It's a BFF, it's TRINNY London.
Someone says, I need a makeover, please.
So it's really easy to book an appointment. So we are quite busy, which is why we always recommend booking in advance.
Most definitely.
But if you just go to the TRINNY London website.
Hi Lucy. So, right now we're going to do my job at TRINNY London. So we're going to go around some people in the team, see what they're up to, see what they're doing at the company.
How about Han? Han! Let's go to Han. Han has joined us this week. It's your first week, right?
Yes, it's my third day today.
Your third day, and
yes.
You're on camera.
Yes.
So Han, what do you do here at TRINNY London?
So I do performance marketing. So I always find it a little bit tricky to explain performance marketing to people who doesn't know. It's basically I am trying to help you to discover the brands that you might like. So TRINNY London has amazing products, and then throughout the purchase journey, and when you see the ads with sponsored mark on Facebook, Instagram or YouTube, That's probably going to be me and my team.
And where have you joined us from, Han?
So I used to work at Simba Sleep. It's the best mattress company. If you guys are looking for the new mattress, it's
Still up?
yeah.
Are they still paying you?
No, but
yeah. So what was it about TRINNY London that made you want to come work here?
oh my god, the products are amazing. So I was really fascinated about the products, and also how like it's promoting all the female power, like girls rule the world. So that's how like it made me join to TRINNY London.
Amazing.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Next we've got Izzy.
Hi Izzy. Hi Izzy, who are you? What do you do? Tell us a bit about yourself.
I am Izzy. I work on the product marketing team with a guy called Ross, who isn't here today, so I'm covering the fort for the week whilst he's on holiday. We do everything from A to B to get that product out there. So we talk to the product development team, so sometimes I get sneak previews of the products before anyone else, which is really exciting. And then we organise all the strategy and campaign to get the product out there to you guys, so it looks beautiful and you just want to buy it. So yeah, that's what I do.
And how long have you worked at TRINNY London?
This is my third week, so I'm a newbie as well, but it's been a lot of fun. The team are lovely, it's a great environment, yeah, I love it. It's been good.
And has it been what you expected at TRINNY London?
Yes, and more. So much more creative and enjoyable than I first thought, and everyone's been so welcoming, so it was an easier transition than I thought it was going to be, so it's been great.
And what's the thing that you like most about your job?
I like most about being able to talk about makeup every day. Yeah, it's great, and just using all the free samples as well is brilliant. Yeah. Testing out new colours, great. Brilliant, thank you.
Any questions? If you have any questions, if you're
People
watching.
where your trousers from actually, so I have
These, they're from Zara.
Zara.
Yeah. But yeah, nice bit of pink. So we have Imi.
Hello.
Have you noticed, by the way, everybody that works here is beautiful? It's insane. Like, store models is downstairs, and I'm sure you'd like.
So is the WWE, so.
Dressing, makeup, and
bit of a
modelling.
mix. I'm in charge of copywriting, which is basically translating our brand identity into words. It goes across all sorts of different, what we call content touch points, which is like social media, obviously, the website, emails, Facebook adverts that we create, all sort of different content, anywhere that you will see us pop up as a customer. I will have overseen the copy. It's all of that sort of writing and delivering our like brand energy and personality through the written word, which is really exciting, and it's always evolving.
If somebody wanted to be a copywriter, where would you start to get your job?
There's a few different routes you can take. What I did was I studied English literature to get a sort of strong foundation in terms of writing ability, and then I got lots of internships along the side, so lots of sort of fashion, styling, any sort of creative industry type thing that's related, and then just get stuck in and work really hard.
How long have you been doing it?
I think maybe 4 years now, I think, yeah.
So it's a good way to use your degree.
Yes, my degree was basically one long book club, so I loved that. Would highly recommend.
How important is the written word for a brand?
Oh my god, so important. Visuals, okay, people say like pictures say 1,000 words, but words also do a lot. So as well as looking at the language that we do use, I'm looking at the language that we wouldn't use, and sort of, okay, we'd say this, but we're not really that kind of brand.
Where do you start with that kind of thing when you join a company? How do you figure it out?
I have watched so many hours of TRINNY's videos. There's basically a bit in my brain that is just TRINNY talking, and that's what I tap into. And then it's just looking at everything that's existing and then talking to people in the business and saying, like, how do you think that we should be presented? And then looking at some of our design documents to see, like, okay, how are we expressing ourselves visually, and then just align with that from a content perspective.
Just before we go, where's your jacket from?
Oh, this is this little brand called Topshop.
Oh, I've not heard of that one.
We only know Zara.
Yeah,
only
sorry,
wear
it's not
Zara.
Zara. Oh my god, sorry.
Sure, amazing. Thank you.
Thanks,
Right,
We do only wear Zara here. We'll have to have words with her later. Okay, so we're going to speak to Alison next. Alison looks like she's doing something really exciting with Sam.
So we've got Alison here and Sam. Guys, what are you up to?
Who should we go with first? Let's go to Sam.
Hi,
So,
Sam.
hi Sam. Sam, tell us about your role at TRINNY London.
So I am here working with the brand and design and product design teams. And product design is in digital product, so the website, how the experiences work and things like that. And I'm working with all of the design strategies that we put in place so that as the team grows, we can all work together and it's really fluid and we make sure that everything we're doing is right for the brand, right for all of the customers who are the most important people, and everything looks amazing. Cool.
And what is it that you're doing over here at your desk, Sam?
Well, I will let Alison talk you through that.
Oh, thank you.
Hi, Alison.
Hi. So I'm Alison. I'm a designer here, and I assist Sam, who you've just been talking to. I help Sam keep sure everything's on brand and that the user journey is consistent and easy to use, but also interesting and elevated. So what we're doing is there's a shoot next week, and we are choosing the set colours for all the product to be shot against. So I don't know how this is going to show on camera. Maybe you can help us work out what beige is better and whether you can even tonally see the difference for a new product. So that's what we're working out. Can you? Oh, helpful. Oh, good. Because we're wondering how much the flash is going to blow the colour out. So that's what we're thinking about at the moment.
And you've been here for how long now?
This is we're halfway through my third day. So as you can see, I'm really getting on top of it and learning lots. And no, it's good.
How have the 2.5 days been?
They've been good. They've been as exciting and interesting and as diverse as I guess I thought they would be. So yeah, that's been good. Yeah.
What's the thing you're most excited about doing while you're here?
I'm most excited to see how we can grow the brand and keep it as TRINNY as possible through digital and social, like how that translates. I think will be really interesting. So yeah.
When you come new into a company and we've kind of just been going 100 miles per hour, how do you slow that down and then figure out what the best bits are to pick out of what we've already been doing?
Well, it's difficult because, like Alison was saying, how do you scale a brand that is in its infancy but also like make sure it is as TRINNY as possible? And part of that is making sure that we make sure everything is still fun and genuine and authentic, which is basically her represented. And brand isn't just like the way things look in the visual, it's all the experiences, it's everything. But one of the things that we do as well is we look at the brand identity, which is the colors, the typefaces, like the way that things appear, animations. And what we're doing is slowly going through everything that already exists, what works really well, and evolving it so that everything's more consistent. And so anytime you ever see TRINNY, the brand TRINNY London, you recognise it's TRINNY London, and we'll start cleaning it up and slimming it down so that there's like a really curated, beautiful, fun set of like brand identity assets that we will use to represent what TRINNY London is, which is basically like it's more than makeup. It's a lot more than makeup in it.
Great. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. Back to Lucy. So
Thanks.
Lucy, lots of new starters.
Lots of new starters. See, I
Very
just want to
exciting.
prove that we only shop at Zara.
Funny that.
And we have to pay for it all with our own money.
We do.
We are not sponsored by Zara. Should we talk to Jemima? She's a new starter.
Jemima.
Who just walked in the door. Just your hair, I'll cover you up. Jemima's just started with us. This is your third week. Jemima works on the social media team. So Jemima, tell us a bit about yourself.
Thanks, Lucy. So yes, I've just started a couple of weeks ago, and I am currently editing YouTube videos, putting subtitles on them, and updating the blog, making sure everything looks really pretty. But I've been doing lots of stuff, really getting used to everything. So posting on Instagram, Facebook, on both accounts, and yeah, helping whatever needs to be done on the social team.
How did you find out about the job?
Oh, so my auntie is the admin for Trinny Tribe Wales. And so we came from makeovers in May, and I was just blown away by BFF in particular. It changed my life. I just used it every day. And then we came to the office, and I met Alice, and it was all lovely. And then I went onto the careers page on the website, and I was like, I may as well apply. I handed in my CV. I just finished my master's, so I was looking for a job and wanted to like sort of get into a more editorial field. And then I had an interview with Lucy. So I was quite nervous for, and I did a couple of tasks and like writing things, and then I came in for another interview, and I got the job. And I was so excited because it was my first full-time job.
Okay, this section is called What Are the NPD Team Up To? So, let me introduce you first. And we've got leading the team, we've got Claire around here. So, Claire, you came to us, huge experience in NPD. We were at a stage before NPD. It was myself and Shasha. You all know Shasha, chief makeup artist director. And she, coming up with the colours. We did that all with a lady who was living in Australia called Teresa, and then it got to a stage where it was just too difficult to not have somebody with us and living and breathing the business full time, and that's where Claire came along. And then this is when we got processes in play. But when you
are getting there,
getting there. So when you first came in, Claire, what's your initial thoughts about what you got yourself into?
Well, I was like super impressed that the team have managed to achieve what they did to launch the brand. But as any startup, we didn't have any processes in place. I have been working really hard with a very young and energetic team to establish, all of our quality procedures, get all of our processes in place, develop good relationships with our suppliers, develop all your unique ideas from scratch. It normally takes about 12 to 18 months. We run on a 6-month lead time right now. So it's a bit of a challenge, but it's exciting, it's really dynamic, and we're only going to get better from here on in.
That's who's here. Now, I don't know how many of you recognize Federica. Federica she's been with us since we began. So literally in a room was Feds and Chloe and Shasha. And it was just, tiny. And Feds has seen more in this business than anyone else, literally. Chloe, but Feds was full-time from day one, so she's really been through the treadmill. But now it's operations. I think we're calling you operations manager because there's every process. But tell me a little bit about your just general thoughts you've got.
Well, mostly I deal with the supply chain, so we deal with reorders, ordering new products in, make sure we don't run out of products, delivering the new products. I've been working with Claire very closely, so I'm learning a lot. And it's very exciting.
I mean, I think this is where we're talking a lot today about careers and, just kind of how you can go into a business and whether you had experience or not experience. So Feds came with a brain, an analytical brain, which I think is, there's creative and analytical initially, but Feds is definitely the Northern Italian analytical brain. Okay, yeah, I'm separating the two of you out. Thank God, different skill sets. But so you didn't come with any of this knowledge, Feds, and I don't think I've ever met anyone who's learned so much on a job in terms of where you started 5 years ago and where you are today.
So you need to, from my point of view, you need to find people that will give you a chance to learn. So I was lucky with you, Trinny, with Mark. I worked a lot with Mark, with Claire. I'm working a lot with Claire. So you need to have people that support you, and then you just need to work hard and, you get what you're doing and be helpful and become part of a team.
And then let's talk about challenges. So challenges we got today, I think some of the biggest challenges that we've got are we've grown really quickly. And so that, we had this thing with Miracle Blur that, when we had the Daily Mail article coming out, we were selling one every 23 seconds. And each time that we did a reorder of Miracle Blur, we thought, my God, we're ordering 3 times as much as we ordered before. So that will be fine, and then suddenly we'd have an article or we'd have a really good review and it would be, oh my God, we're going to run out again. So, a lot of you might say, you ran out again, but it's like our growth has been 5 times what we thought it would be. And that's
We're just discussing today at a meeting. We went from like 2 orders ago ordering 5,000 units of Miracle Blur. Our next order is going to be 150,000 units of Miracle Blur, like which is so exciting, but like absolutely there's a lot that needs to do. So we then were like, oh my god, that's going to take all the jars that we need for all the other products, and then we need to get the jars ordered, and now we need 1 million jars to do all the other stuff. So it keeps adding on, and you know, we're just trying to develop all the systems to actually be able to work at the pace the business is growing.
We want to get products right when we make them, and you know, I think we're really proud of the formulas we made. BFF is a real best-selling, award-winning cream, Miracle Blur too, and you know, it sets a high benchmark as well, because then you feel what's the next product in that innovative sector, because we have beautiful colours and we increase our colour proposition to the customer, but it's those innovations we're most excited about. It's those things that become hero products for us. And what does a woman want?
We have a big question, but before reading it, can you say hi to Lila?
Hi Lila, I know you're also calling me. Hi Lila, hi Lila. Yeah, that's Lila.
Lila, we just said hi.
Yeah, Lila, we said hi. Okay, Lila. Yeah, she's hi Lila, hi Lila. Yeah, always calling during lives. Always calling during lives. You can take.
Hi Lila, how are you doing?
Yeah.
A question for MPD.
I'd just like to add in, I actually filled all of those mascara tubes.
We she did. Yeah, Lila said, actually, I filled in all those mascara tubes. Not the 60,000, but we were doing some hand fills to do some consumer testing. Yes, she's perfectly sane. Anyway, Lila is literally an integral part of her day when she's in London in the office, yeah.
Okay.
Bunny, we've got to continue filming. I'll call you back. Yes, the question, yeah.
Right. How are you progressing with sustainability with the packaging?
That's really interesting, yeah. I think
for us, sustainability has to be at the core of everything we do in terms of how we develop products going forward. So we are really working to make sure that all the cardboard that we use is coming from responsible sourced FSC sources. We're reducing all the plastic that is in our bags and our packaging that we have. We're also looking at the environmental profile of our raw materials. So we have a lot of projects right now, absolutely, and we're also reducing. So we did at the beginning source a lot more things from China, and now we're locally sourcing in the UK, and we actually are getting better quality, but more sustainable, reduce the carbon footprint, and better costs and time. So actually it's a win-win-win in every situation. So it is at the forefront of what we have to do going forward.
This is something, I mean, we like to be open and candid, but long conversations that Claire and I have, and Feds, is like, because we're a small business and we have 2 people who manufacture our formulas in Italy, and they take longer and longer because there's so many cosmetics being made, and so, you know, the lead times when we start the business were maybe 10 weeks, and now they're 6 months. And for us, as an online business, and if we think of an idea in the development team that we want to progress get that out to market quickly, it's harder. So we're looking as a sort of 2-year strategy is, would we actually bring this in-house? Would we do our own manufacturing? And then when we're at that stage, then the opportunity to consider things, if you send your jar in and the possibility of getting it filled again, we're in control of that process. At the moment, the manufacturer wouldn't consider letting us do that because they have, you know, other big companies ahead of us who are needing their things filled, and we're not, you know, we're not sort of Estee Lauder, so they won't, you know, give us a preference, basically. So we want to take control. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to go across now to speak to Maiko and Shasha and Sabine, our 2 newest members. Let me just get up my knees.
Meanwhile, Jeanette is saying your branding is genius, it's a joy to receive, pop of yellow inside.
Fantastic.
And I ordered before because the product is absolutely fantastic.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
That's great. That's always good to hear. So we've got Sabine, who's one of our newest members here, and Sabine is like chasing when things are going to come in, and you know, like what's happening. So tell me your day today.
Today, should I talk to you? Should I talk to the? Should I talk
you
to
can
you?
Talk,
All right.
You can talk to me.
Today, I'm trying to bring together all the procurement for all the orders that we've placed. Trying to catch up with our record days. Okay. So, which is, you know, is quite complex because we have to meet different schedules, and I try to bring that all together.
Fantastic. So this is basically so things get to us on time. It's a really important part of the business.
That's right.
Thank you. Okay. Hello. So Toby over here, tell us a little bit, Toby, what you're doing. So you joined us how long ago now?
3 months ago.
3 months ago. So tell me day to day.
So day to day, what I do, I look after the whole process of product development. So in terms of our new briefs for 2020, creating those briefs, looking at like what products we want to launch, how we want to launch them, what shades we want to launch, and then liaising with our suppliers on how everything's going, tracking all the process, and yeah, just having fun with it.
Great, cool. Okay, and I want to come over to Maiko and Charlotte. But Maiko, you've been with us now. So you've got a really interesting. This is like yeah. And I think what's really interesting in there's certain people in the business who come to the business and they come with an experience. There's other people who come and they learn on the job, and I'd say you're a learner on the job. Okay.
Never done product development.
Never done product development, and I know you've had a passion for skincare, but you came to us from working for a brand in retail.
Yeah, basically from a skincare Japanese brand. So I came on as blog copywriter, and then we did a lot of skincare stuff together. And then Trinny really noticed that I liked skincare stuff, and then gave me an opportunity with Claire when she came on board, like December time, I think it was. But been here for over a year now, so yeah, big milestone.
It feels like some people, I feel they've been here forever, and I've never known life without them. Maiko's one of those, and I think that looking at, you've come in, and Claire's come in from running a big team to literally doing everything by herself, and having Maiko, who wasn't trained up in the processes. So it's like there was Claire teaching you on the job.
Everything I know
Is Claire, and then there was Maiko. Maiko is like a sponge for learning, which is fantastic. It's in your psyche, it's in your whole being, and I think that sponge for learning, and anyone out there who's thinking of a career, that sponge for learning counts for so much. So if you feel I don't have the qualification, if somebody can recognize your passion, and you show your passion and you show your dedication, persevere and go and get that job. Go and really feel inspired that you can prove to them. You might say, what I lack in experience, I know in my passion for this, and show that, and show how much you read up about things and look at things and bring that to your interview. But also, here's at the end of the table, Shasha in her domain. Now, all of you know Shasha because she's, in front of the camera a bit. Shasha has a love and hate relationship with the camera. But Shasha and I have worked together for every time I say this, it gets more and more years, but I'm just trying to think. 2000. 2000. So that is 19 years. I was just about to say 20 years, actually, because I feel it's like 20 years.
This is the 20th year.
This is the 20th year.
Mm.
This is the 20th year. Staggering. So very, very early on in this business, Shasha came in, and her knowledge of colour, because Shasha went to art school as well as being a makeup artist. So that combination is really inspiring, and it really just shows you need somebody who's more than a makeup artist when you're working in what's our next product's going to be, and also with the experience of makeup artists to know how those products are going to go on, and what that look is, So I think there's, in terms of the core DNA of the brand and what it is, Shasha is at the heart of that core. You really are, and your knowledge and her passion, and when we look at the colours in the range, so many of those are Shasha's inspiration to bring those colours out and say this is an important colour for a woman to have. And when we were doing makeup together in my bathroom at the very beginning, we had this big board of women and filling it in and looking at what colour goes on what woman, and from that came Match to Me, and it built up. And now we have we launched with 48 products. We were going to launch with 52. We launched with 48 because I think 2 we couldn't afford to launch with.
Yeah, we had to cut some out. I think we had more eyes. We cut two eyes.
We did. We cut two eyes out, and we cut something else out. I can't remember what else we cut.
Faith was one of the eyes.
Yeah.
In the original lineup, and we were like, no, we can't do, because we had Emperor and Empress. And it was like, I can't remember what the other one was.
Yeah. We're going to tell you a tiny bit of what we're working on now. So the process of doing that, because we just think that's quite exciting. So this is your sneak preview of our November launch. Shimmer. So girls, kick it off. Kick it off.
Shimmer, really, the name.
Yeah, okay, the name.
What I thought was really fun, because you were just saying how Shani's like, she goes out and she like takes her time to think of something. She texts me at like, in the morning at like 8 and was like, I've come up with this idea and everything, because you don't think of it on the moment, but then she'll just like text me like, or whatever, or tell us later on and like suddenly come up with a really good idea. So I thought Shimmer was like, well, we kind of came up with that together, but Shah also like had a spur of the moment thing like a few days later after post meeting, which I thought was really good.
Because it was originally going to be called Lip Lust, just to give you the background. And then we found out somebody else had that name. That's always a thing in beauty. And it's also for a cheek. Yeah, and it was kind of like, this is actually a lip and a cheek product. But so here's Shimmer. Shimmer. Yeah, why not? Yes, you are. You are, darling. Okay. All right. So I'm going to leave you to it. Okay, do you want me to stay here and hold the mic?
I can hold the mic.
You can hold the mic, darling.
Just a minute. Let's quick.
Okay.
Kind of like
Yeah.
Sneak peek.
Can I do a swatch? Yeah. Okay, so I will swatch. I'm going to swatch Maiko because she's here. Okay, it's really creamy. It's got a beautiful, even shimmer all the way through. It's not transparent, so the base is coloured, but the shimmer is sort of appropriately toned to go with the base. So whereas you've got things like Lip Light, you see that sort of space and the sparkle. This is all sheer shimmer sparkle. This one is. Oh, am I allowed to say? I don't know what I'm allowed to say. Oh, I did say Maiko. Basically, the lineup is it's vibrant, but it's not screamingly bright. So if you think of like Lips Cheek, like Pia and Shasha, they got the neonness.
Scream.
This has really pretty, wearable, easy colours. I'll show you. I might as well show you all of them.
I mean, we already saw a preview of Afric with Afric.
Yeah, so Afric is here. So it was almost, I don't know, when it's a launch and it's going to come out as a 4, like Rocket Man and Warrior Queen, it's important that the colours sort of sit with each other as well as separately. So we wanted enough difference, but almost enough similarity that they work together as a little team. With loads of...
They're all very like neutral and wearable, which I think is really nice.
But
like you could use...
Because you've got it's like cantaloupe, that one, isn't it? You've got a strength of colour, but it's done in a really muted, easy to wear way. They look really pretty on, obviously that one's not going to show up on cheeks as much, but they look really pretty on cheeks as well as mouth. And I've been using them a little bit on the eye. Yeah.
I think. Like you could wear really
They look amazing, Sha. Look.
A sheer wash where you could build them up.
Oh yeah, so you get the light. They're just delicious, basically. So at the moment, that's all I'm wearing on my mouth, apart from when I'm talking on camera because I'm not allowed to. But yeah.
No,
so it's Maiko, Dido, Afric, and Emily.
Hi, Emily. That's amazing.
And then we've been looking at Pantones that go with them just earlier to faff about a bit, and that's it.
Yeah, Toby? We did. Someone asked, how can you have your glowy skin? They were like obsessed with your skin.
Trinny London products.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's an amazing wrap up.
Thank you, team. We're doing Can You Swatch the entire collection?
We're going. Lulu's.
So I'm doing face.
Going here. Yeah. I'm going to cover eyes at the moment.
Okay.
Then you two have got to split that up.
3, 2, 1, go.
Whoa. And if people's got, is this a questions kind of day or?
Yeah, lots of people asking, please swatch so and so and so and so. We're actually going to be swatching the entire collection here.
I'm just doing it on the part that's free.
I'm going to see how long it takes.
I'm trying to get.
Someone said they're not getting any work done today because they're watching this.
Oh, Maiko, you kill me!
Oh wow, Maiko.
Oh, it makes my hairy arm just look so rubbish. So, I'm going main collection on my left arm, then I'm going like Rocket Man and Warrior Queen on my right arm. Yeah, because I thought it was a race.
Oh, you guys are going really fast.
Yeah, because it's a race.
We'll see who's holding up the line.
What?
It's not you.
Okay, it's just standing up.
Blushes.
Okay.
Oh, she's up.
Yeah, because my hands don't work the same when I'm sitting down.
I'm putting them on really bad.
Huh?
It works.
They don't. Like some makeup
makeup artist can sit down in front of a person on a stool and do a makeup. I'll just make them look literally.
But then you're such
shocking
too
like that.
far apart.
What?
Don't you think?
Yeah, otherwise
I
it's
can't
like
sit
sit
in
rather in front of someone.
No, but
You're
they'll
way
get
too far.
They'll
back
get
from
a
the
low
person.
stool, like spread their legs and like smush right up to them. That's what they do.
No, I don't do that.
I won't do it.
Sorry for these absolutely
I've just done
atrocious swatches.
Yeah. Oh, a bit of blending there, Lulu.
Yeah, well, no. So I'm doing the foundation, so I thought it would be quite helpful to see them like
The
all
gradient,
really
yeah.
side by side, like a gradient.
Doesn't anyone feel like we need to wipe their fingers?
I have.
Yeah.
Nicole.
No, I'm wiping them.
This is not the first time you've swatched.
No, but it's taken me a long time to wipe and do it. You guys are doing your... Oh, I've got it on my top.
So
we're going to do it in 5 minutes.
3.5 minutes so
Yeah,
far.
we're going to do it in 5 minutes.
Easy.
I've got time to top up and perfect.
Oh.
I'm done with those.
God. I've got lip glows, that's a bit more difficult.
Oh wow, Charlotte. Those look nice really side by side.
Marco, everything you do is like the neatest it could possibly be done.
Actually really different.
Okay, I'm done.
You're done.
Yeah.
Looks nice.
Pretty.
I've also got it on my top.
Nice.
The sacrifices you make for
Yeah.
swatching.
Nisha, you made me do all the challenges today.
Oh wow.
So we got
Great.
lip to cheek, lip glow. This is kind of the face section. So you've got bronzer, the right light, cheekbones, a little bit of miracle blur looking nice on your arm.
I would show that it does
Nice.
that.
You're also looking really good.
Nicole, which ones have you got?
I've got Flush Blush.
Blush Blush.
Then I've got Lip Loves.
Lip Gloss.
And then I've got Lip Lux, and then Lip Lights and Fresh Blush.
Very nice. Char?
Oh dear.
It's all eyes. So if I go quickly through them, this is Rocket Man. So you've got Moon, Mystery, Chalice, Faith. Don't be deterred. That looks very grey on me, but it's actually not.
It looks quite blue on camera actually.
Because it doesn't suit my skin tone, it sort of doesn't sit as the colour it should be. Whereas this looks wicked on Lulu. And then Desire, Queen, Victory, Virtue. Then we have Lovers, Strength, Empress, Emperor, Chariot, Universe, Star, Sun, Justice, Wisdom, Fortune, and Magician.
Very nice. Lulu.
I'm still kind of going. Nearly there. But
Lulu's doing all the liquidy ones.
yeah, so I've done all of the Just Touches. So there are 14.
Yeah.
Going right from Bambi, Clara, Lily, Zandy, Trintron, Amelia, Yaz, Santa, Bex, Liv, Andrew, Femi, Oprah, and Shell.
Very nice.
Beautiful.
The full gradient, and then
Gradient, it's all about gradient.
yeah, about the gradient.
Lulu's finished BFFI. Great.
You really like see the texture and
Yeah.
it's satiny finish, so that's like what it looks like. So really like hydrating and nice and like, glossy almost. But
Can you see the peptides?
yeah, you can see the peptides too. Oh, which way are we doing?
Beautiful.
Do it that way.
Wait, Brains of Britain, you're done again.
Amazing. Cool. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
We're back, and what are we doing?
Friday Twinning!
Hooray!
So we're going to show you how we make Friday Twinning and what goes on behind the scenes, where we walk to the streets we film it on, and everything else. We can show the building later. But that's the joy of Trinny London. We are right off the King's Road, and it's kind of, we moved here from Elm Place, and when we were in Elm Place, Trinny London got to a stage where it was like, you know, you got up from your seat and somebody else sat in it, and you didn't have a seat for the rest of the day, did you?
So true.
All of us are there. I mean, Federica, who you've met now, you know all the team now. Her office really with Afric was sitting outside the loo on a bench. When I have meetings, I remember having a meeting with a man who had to do life insurance, key man insurance for me, and I remember I had the meeting with him in the loo, and he sat on the bath. So it's like, you know, it was a real intimate environment. We all got to know each other incredibly well, and moving was a big deal. You know, we moved to this big office, and it was suddenly a grown-up business. So do you want to plug that in? Getting on a noisy road. And anyone who kind of, you know, the business grows up, it's difficult to make that change. So for some of the team it took a while, and we moved into a lovely office which my sister helped do up. She's an interior designer, and when we moved in, do you remember how gorgeous it was, girls? How clean it was. Everyone had a huge desk. We were thinking, my God, will we grow into this building? And where we are today is literally not quite that if you get up, your seat's taken. If you go on holiday and you come back, you might not have that desk. Yeah. Now, I'm going to go to my home, which is 2 seconds away, and Chloe's going to tell you a little bit about Friday Twinning, why it started, and the purpose of it. And I'll see you in 2 secs.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Trinny. To start with, for newcomers, every Friday on Trinny Woodles we have a segment called Friday Twinning, where myself and Trinny, respectively size 16 and 8 to 10 depending on the clothes, are finding new outfits and wear them in different ways. Lulu is always on hand, helping finding the outfits and also filming us, and also writing the copy, and also posting them on Instagram, and also taking care of the whole publication of it. How do you feel about
No, it's fun.
part of this?
It's very good part of my week. Like, I love coming out, filming the outfits. There's always, like, Trinny's always got something up her sleeve.
These 2 little bags.
What is that, Trinny? Is it Zara? No. You see, and then she comes.
Zara, they're £49.
But then she comes out from her house with new bags, and I'm like, what? This is constant inspiration.
In the box doesn't have straps. I thought it was going to be a crossbody. Yeah. But then I've carried it, as you might carry it, and it didn't feel too small in my hand. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that. It felt
Love
cute.
it.
And it's a perfect amount of. You can fit quite a lot in it.
Yeah, your stack, your wallet, your.
Now, what we do when we get here.
Okay.
Is there's this very important time of day that we film, which is when we get this light. And oh my God, we got it on the window.
We got the light. We have
what
to
we're going to do
now.
first. What we're going to do first is we're going to do the makeup look. Whilst we still have that light, it won't stay on that window for long. So we're going to do the makeup look right now. Yes. And then we'll do the outfit of the day.
Okay.
We've got the light.
Okay, ladies, so Lulu's going to take over, and I'm going to just film Lulu filming Friday Twinning, just so you have an insight into how it's done.
Are you ready for that? Am I in the right light? You're in. That's why we call it a highlighter, ladies, the right light. It's that feeling, exactly this moment, your face catches the right light. So,
3, 2, 1.
Makeup today done by Shasha, so it's really professional. It's a really smoky eye, and it's done with Magician and Universe, which is really unusual for me to do a cool eye, but she was inspired by what I'm wearing, by the dove grey and the white. And then to kind of flatter the skirt, we've got here a little pier, which is on my cheeks. The main one. I think here is Magician.
Yeah. Lovely, yes. That's the one. It's perfect.
This woman knows how to work a camera. This woman knows how to work a camera. Know your angles.
I know my angles. I mean, I so know my angles. Okay, Joey. Whilst the light, okay, I'm going to just do a little bit of miracle blur on you because I'm just seeing a tiny bit of shine.
What are you seeing? Lines, wrinkles?
No, I'm seeing a tiny bit of shine, and I don't have face finish with me. So that shoot a bit from her, slightly higher up.
Classic with a twist, the TRINNY.
Yes. Darling, okay, ready? Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Friday Twinning, classic with a twist.
Swipe out.
Okay, picture.
What are we thinking? What are we thinking?
I think it's shining.
We want shining twins. Trinny's obsessed with shining twins.
Yeah.
Oh, the shining.
Yeah.
Oh.
We'll try this one first.
Right. We have to copy the face.
What?
Oh my God.
Okay, let's do one.
Oh, that one as well.
Oh, that's quite funny. Let's do that. That's great. Yeah, that's great.
Fab.
That's cute. Cute. Fantastic. We're done.
Amazing.
We're done.
Okay then.
There you
Done and
go.
dusted. So that's what that
Fine,
was.
that's it. What we do for Twinning.
Yeah. I think we should crack on with it. It'd be good.
Crack on with it. You run on.
I'll run on.
We'll be transmitting again in 5 minutes. Bye.
Okay, we are back. This is coming in for one of the final parts of the day. This is the finger painting challenge, and we have Alison, Anna and Sam from the design team. Your challenge, should you choose to accept it, ladies, is to take a piece of paper and, using our products and your fingers only, you are to create a portrait of our mother and founder, Ms. Trinny Woodall. And you have, well, how long do you need? 5 minutes?
We'll take it.
5 minutes to start. This is what did you do? Did you go to art school? Is this something that
I started drawing on walls behind my grandparents' sofa at a very young age.
Okay, so is this going to be
A lot of practice.
is this going to resemble that today? I'm going to come round you actually so that the audience can see the shapes that we're creating here. So we're seeing like, okay, there's a jawline. Anna, what have we? Okay, yeah, I agree with that, Anna. Just like a smudge. Oh, Alison, yes, okay, we've got some neck. I can see neck and cheek.
And neck is really key.
It's very good. Okay, here's our reference that Lulu has provided for us. Hello, Mandy. Hello, we're here. B-bloggers, I'm glad you're finding this entertaining. Alison and Anna have not been with the team too long. Actually, neither Sam. So welcome to the team.
Thank you. Like 5 minutes.
You got 5 minutes, or we'll just keep going. Hello, Alex. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. What a mammoth day. What's been your favourite part of the day?
We're going for artist impression.
Artist impression. Oh, Sam.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I am competitive, to say the least.
This is great. Oh, yes, Alison, loving it. Okay.
I've also printed out a P45 for the winner in case it's not me.
Oh, wow. Oh, gosh. That's fighting talk. This definitely brings out the competitive side of our team members. Sam. This is the new reference. The reference has changed. This is Trinny. Wow. Oh.
Oh no.
The challenge here, if you've just joined in, is to using our Trinny London products, is to create a drawing of Trinny with your fingers. These are our designers. These are our designers. I don't want to alarm anybody, but these 3 women are those responsible for making the brand look good. Oh, Anna, yes, it's coming in now. I can see Trinny. I can see her. I can see Trinny in this picture. Yeah, and I want a full detailed rundown of what Trinny is wearing on her face.
Trinny is obviously wearing Trintron, as that is her shape.
Yes, well done. Who else got that? Anna?
An appropriate response.
And
She's going for the artist impression.
Artist impression.
I'm trying to do a Tika and it's just all up in my nails.
Oh, but you've used a bit of moon. Is that right? Yeah. Wow, you can really see the nice shimmery pigment in that moon there. Always a chance to.
I mean, it feels lovely.
Oh, yeah.
And my paper smells.
Look at your finger. I mean, that is gorgeous. Look at that colour.
So I think Alison's gone for a bit of a Picasso inspired.
Yes. This is Trinny. This is Trinny before she got her haircut. Obviously, hair's a little bit shorter now, which maybe Sam's. Sam. This is excellent. I feel like they've got a technique of using your fingernail there. Sam, this is excellent. feel like this is going on the wall.
It's a good job. It's excellent considering what I do for a living.
Can I get credit for the hair?
Anna, this is brilliant. They're all fantastic. This is actually, we're now getting an audience here. This is some of the crowd. The crowds are gathering here. This is putting our new designers to the test. Here's more people come to join. Here's Jemima and Alice come to watch. No pressure, ladies. We've got Federica, Paris, and Toby, and Sylvia's here. Sylvia. What do we think? We are going to ask Trinny to blind judge these, so but you can cast your opinions now.
We have to frame them. They have to go up. Yeah. I love yours.
All of them.
We're so glad that you've all been watching us today. It's been the most wonderful way to celebrate us getting to 100,000 followers on Instagram. We love everybody on our Instagram community and also on Facebook too, and the TRINNY tribe. Anna's is okay. Yes, you need some eyebrows, Anna. What do we think? There is highlighter going on. Sam, what products have you used?
Everything.
Okay. Some peer going on. What's she wearing on the lips?
So we've got a little bit of Lady J to add some depth to the lip, and then we've also got some Universe, which is giving the sort of the gap between the two.
Okay.
And that's the eyes and the nose.
And what are these golden tones I can see?
We've got some sunlight.
Okay. And she's holding a stack.
Yeah, she is holding a stack.
And what did you use to create the stack?
So the stack is Star, and within the stack itself, we've got Katya, we've got some Dahlia, and we've got a little bit of Universe as well.
Okay. So Anna, how are you getting on?
I think I'm done.
You think you're done?
I think I'm done.
This is excellent. The hair, the texture in the hair is incredible. Do you want to talk us through what products
I've
you
used a lot of Chariot in her hair, a lot of Sun in the highlights. I think I used, there's not a name on the back.
I believe that's a Shasha.
I think I used Shasha
Yeah.
for her cheeks, actually.
Yeah.
And then I used...
That's actually what
it's beautiful.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
And
you've
then
been
I
paying
used
attention.
Demon on her lip.
Oh, round of applause there for Anna. Excellent. And let me come round to Alison. Alison, do you want to talk us through your portrait?
Sure. So having never used the products before, I'm now, what did I use? Flush blush.
Flush blush in...
Probably for hair,
Yeah.
I'm sure. Just a touch skin, because it was the closest to me. Is that the colour Munchkin?
That's Munchkin, yeah.
Munchkin.
Yeah.
For some darker shade for eyeball. Chloe for I think some highlights.
Okay.
I'm doing some highlights. And then Shasha for cheek and lip, but it got caught in the eye.
Okay, well, as I said, it is going to be a blind judging.
I think that my P45 threats were effective to you, not to Anna.
Dear. Oh, gosh. It's just a fun game, Sam. Okay, everyone. So,
I think that's the end of the artist in action. We're going to get these portraits and get Trinny to judge them.
Yeah.
Make sure you send your votes in.
Otherwise, you're not going to see who the winner is. Bye. Live.
Okay, we are live for the final stint of the marathon day of celebrating 100,000 followers on Instagram at TRINNY London. And those of you who watch all day long, you are superstars. We've had so many people make comments. It's been the most amazing day, I think, for us as a team to celebrate what we're doing, and for you as our followers and customers. As you know, on people who've been following TRINNY London, we've had our design team do some 3 pictures. We're using the products of me, which I haven't looked at yet. Okay, my God! Oh my God, we have artists here! And the thing is, I might also have to identify which colours have been used. So first of all, this person here, I'd love to feel I have big eyes, because I've always felt I have tiny little eyes. And this is like, they're sort of not paying attention to what people call my drought mouth. So I find that fabulous, because it's like reproportioning me, and it's all about reproportion with makeup or clothing. So I love that. It's quite minimalist. This one here, I mean, this one here is like some, you know, a mixture of Nancy Delalia and Sophia Loren. You know, it's kind of a really interesting combination. But top prize, I'm holding a stack. I love that. I think that's fantastic. I've got some red in my hair, which is really exciting. And I've got a lip on, which is quite similar to the lip I have today. I love, though, the shimmer of the stack. That's incredibly clever, the shimmer. And then we go to this really, like, what I love about this is somebody has literally done my whole drawing and then put miracle blur on top of all of it. So I look just kind of, I don't know if you can see these properly, but you know, I'm miracle blurred, because it's a lovely blur. And you get 7 Asian, you want a blur. So it's a kind of quick image, and very, you know, very, I'm trying to think what art, oh my God, and I'm shiny. So there's some amazing, so there's some shimmer in there, oh, that's just lovely. It's very, very difficult. I'd have to say, I'm going to say that's amazing, but that's not me. And I'm going to say, That's not me, but it's got the stack, and I'm going to say I love to be blurred. So that's really, really tricky.
Oh.
It's got to be with the stack, I'm sorry! Can I just say, phenomenal team effort.
Thank
and
you.
who did that one?
That one.
That was you. And then that was you.
The artist's impression.
Well done. Just, we've had the best days. So I just want to say a huge thank you to the team.
Thank you to Nisha for organising it.
And to Nisha for, it was her idea. Phenomenal organisation and everyone who took part. And also for you watching and staying committed. And we had the best time doing it. Over and out. Bye!